Now we are going to study the graphs of functions f of x, where f of x is trigonometric functions and it is encapsulated in these bars known as the modulus sign. Now, if you remember when we were doing modulus function, I said that due to this modulus sign, the graph that is below the x-axis is just going to be reflected in the x-axis. So if we are asked to sketch the graph of f of x equals to mod of sine of x, first of all, we are going to see how a sine x cycle would look like. The general shape of the sine x is going to be something like this. Now, this part of the curve that is below the x-axis, it will be reflected above. So the bottom part, due to the modulus sign, the bottom part is going to be reflected upward. So if this point was -1, it's going to be reflected to +1. And you can make these lines dotted. So that's one. Okay. And this is a graph of f of x equals to sine x mod of sine x.
Okay.
Okay. Now we know that sine x was ranging between -1 and 1. The range of sine x graph was between -1 and 1. Now, what can you say about the range of this graph? What's the minimum value and what's the maximum value?
It's gonna be between 0 and 1 then.
Yes. So answer B is going to be that mod of sine x is going to be between 0 and 1. That is going to be the answer. Or you can simply write f of x, the range is going to be between 0 and 1.
Okay.
Done?
Yeah.
Okay. Now on the same grid, you are asked to draw the graph of y equals to mod of sine 2x and y equals to cos x for 0 to 360 degree. Would you like to do this on your own first?
Yeah, I'll try it.
Sure. This 2 indicates there are going to be 2 cycles within 360. Just remember this.
Okay. Yes, I've drawn it.
Okay, so you would have drawn first the sine 2x, since it's sine 2x, the gap should be of 45 degrees.
Yeah.
One cycle is going to be completed in 180, and the second cycle is going to be completed in 360 degree. This is
Yeah.
for sine 2x. Now, as far as cos x is concerned, cos x is going to start from 1, will go to 0 at 90 degree, will go to -1 at 180 degree, 0 again at 270, and at 360 is going to go upward at 1 again, because there needs to be only one cycle.
Yeah.
Okay, now it was mod of sine 2x, so it's better for us to reflect the graph above. So we'll have to reflect the graph like this. I'm going to erase this part of the graph that is below. Okay. Now, the second part, did you get the right answer?
Yeah, I got the same.
Okay. So now for part B, state the number of roots of the equation mod of sine 2x equals to cos x.
Yeah.
So where is my this function sine 2x? I just drew the graph of sine 2x. Where is sine 2x equals to cos x? At how many points? You need to state the number of roots. The number
Okay.
of roots are going to be, the number of roots of this equation is just the points of intersection.
Okay.
So one point of intersection, second point of intersection, third point of intersection, and fourth point of intersection. So the number of points of intersections are
4.
4. So there are going to be 4 roots to this equation.
Okay.
Let me know when you're done.
Yes, I'm done.
Okay, try this out.
Okay. Sir, I've drawn the 2 plus causes. I'm a bit confused on the first one.
Okay. So 1 plus 4 cos x. So 1, there is going to be the horizontal line, the axis at 1. And from 1, the amplitude is going to be 4. Okay, I can write this as 4 cos x plus 1 mod. So the amplitude is 4. So the next point is going to be at 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's going to be at -3. Okay. And you need to, there is going to be one cycle of cos x in 360-degree. So if I mark this as 90, 180, 270, and 360. If I just draw 4 cos x plus 1, this is what the shape would look like. Sorry. Okay, this is 4 cos x plus 1. But if I want to draw the mod graph, then this point coordinate of -3 is going to be reflected in upward as +3. So -3 is going to reflect at +3. So the graph is going to take turn from here, and you can erase the bottom part. Is this okay?
Yeah.
Then you have to draw 2 plus cos x. So simply cos x and then 2 units upward. So the horizontal, the principal axis is now going to be at 2. And I'm just going to draw the amplitude of cos x is just going to be 1.
Okay.
So the highest point is going to be 3, and the lowest point is going to be 1, because the amplitude is 1. So at 90-degree, the curve is gonna go back to its mean position. At 180, it's going to go to the minimum value, that is 1. At 270, it is going to go back to the mean position again. And at 360, it's going to go back to 3.
Okay.
So the graph is going to look something like this. Okay.
Yeah.
Now the next part says state the number of the roots. The number of the roots are the point of intersection 1, 2, 3, 4. So the answer to this is going to be 4 roots. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Please try this. Find the possible values of k.
Okay.
Sorry, did you say something?
No, sir, I didn't. Sir, I've drawn it.
Okay, so let's discuss the answer. The first thing that you're required to do in this question is to draw the sketch.
Yeah.
That is going to give you an idea how to go about this. Just a second. So this is the x is -2, the amplitude is 3. So
Yeah.
from -2, the amplitude is 3. So the maximum value could be 1, 2, 3. It's going to be 1. And the minimum value, it's going to be
-5.
-3. Sorry, uh, 1, 2, 3, -5.
-5, right?
Yeah. This is 0. This is, let's say this is pi by 2. This is pi, 3 pi by 2, and 2 pi. So 3 cos x minus 2. It's going to start from 1. Then at pi upon 2, it's going to go back to its mean position. At the value of pi, it is going to go to -5. Then mean position, then 1. So this is the graph that we are looking at.
Yeah.
But then the part below is going to be reflected. So at pi, the value was -5. Now it's going to be what?
One second.
It's
So it's
going to
only
be
5 now.
5. And that part is going to be the reflection.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sir, do we have to reflect the -2 parts also?
Yes.
Okay.
Because what the mod sign actually does is it's whatever the negative values are, they are going to be turn out to be positive.
Yeah.
So we need to find, we just have drawn this, and this is equals to k has two roots. Now we are going to see where is our graph intersecting at the curve. I'm gonna treat k as a horizontal line, and if I draw a horizontal line over here, can you see it intersects at 4 points?
Yeah.
If I draw a horizontal line at 5, if let's say the value of k was 5, then it's
Yeah.
just going to have one root. But all the values between 1, okay,
Oh, okay.
even at 1, it's going to intersect at 4 points,
Yeah.
right? At a
Yeah.
value of, if the value of k was 0, there are going to be two intersection points, two roots.
Yeah.
It's only between the values of between 1 and 5 that there are only two roots.
Okay.
Even 1 and 5 are not included, but if k value is greater than 1 and less than 5, the solution will have two roots.
Okay.
Do you get it?
Yeah, I get it.
Okay. Shall I move on?
Yeah, sir.
Okay. The next thing we are going to discuss is the trigonometric ratios. Please let me know if I need to go in detail. If I draw a right angle triangle in which this is theta, this is
Yeah.
horizontal length is x, and the vertical length is y, and this is
Yeah.
r. So sine theta is going to be the ratio of y upon r. Cos theta is going to be the ratio of x upon r. Tan theta is the ratio of y upon x.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Now this r represents radius basically.
Okay.
Acha. Then tan theta is, if I make y the subject from here, so y is equals to r sine theta. And if I make x the subject over here, so x is equals to r cos theta. And
Okay.
tan theta was equals to y upon x. So if tan theta is equals to y upon x and y is r sine theta and x is r cos theta, you can see that r and r is going to be cancelled out, and tan theta is equal to sine theta
Okay.
upon cos theta. So that's
Yeah.
one of the identity. That's one of the ratio or the identity you can use in your calculation, that tan theta is equals to sine theta upon cos theta.
Okay.
Okay, the other identity that we can use is Pythagoras theorem. See, r square is going to be equal to x square plus y square. True?
Yeah.
Okay. So x over here is, so x over here is what? R cos theta,
Yeah.
the whole thing square. Y is r sin theta, the whole thing square, equals to r square. If I simplify the left hand side, I'm going to get r cos square theta plus r square sin square theta equals to r square. If I'm going to take r square common, that is going to give me cos square theta plus sin square theta equals to r square. R square times 1 is r square. So now you're left with cos square theta plus sin square theta equals to 1. That's the identity you need to remember.
Okay.
Okay, so this was the first identity. This is the second identity. Tan theta is equal to sin theta upon cos theta, and cos square theta plus sin square theta is equal to 1. It is the identity because it is true for all values of theta.
Okay.
Okay. Now, let's say you have a trigonometric equation sin x equals to 0.5, and you are asked to solve for all the values of x that are between, let's say 0 and 360, or from minus 360. Let's say I want you to solve this equation from minus 360 to 360. Now you
Okay.
may have learned a method of taking an inverse and then finding out the angles, but diagrammatically that means that this is your sine wave, this is one cycle of the sine wave, and this is the second cycle of the sine wave. So from minus 360 to 360, there are going to be two cycles of sine wave. Now you want sin x curve to be equal to 0.5. So you draw a horizontal line at y equals to 0.5. Once you have drawn the line y equals to 0.5, you're going to see where is the sin x curve equal to 0.5. So it is equal to 0.5 at this position, at this position, at this, and at this. If this would have been the graph and we would have read the value, the first value would have been 30, the next value is going to be 150. These are the two values from 0 to 360. Now if you want negative angles, this is going to be negative 210 and negative 330.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if I would have asked you to solve this equation, so I don't expect you to draw the graph. Okay. So
Yeah.
we are going to solve this using the technique of the basic angle. Do you remember the concept of the basic angle?
Yeah, sir.
Okay. So if sin x is equal to positive 0.5, where do you think, in which quadrant is sin x positive?
First.
First, first and the second. This is the basic angle. If I want to take out the basic angle, that is just going to be sine inverse of 0.5, that is 30 degree in my calculator. So this
Okay.
value is going to be 30 and this value is going to be 30. So the first angle, this is going to be 30 degree. The
Yeah.
other angle is going to be 180 minus 30, that is 150 degree. Would you agree with me?
Yeah.
Okay, these are the two positive angles between 0 and 360. But what about the negative angles? For negative angles, you move in the anti-clockwise direction. So you are the first negative angle is going to be this angle, and the second negative angle is going to be this angle. Okay, so we are going to do this one by one. What do you think the first negative angle is going to be?
Um,
All the way from here to here. So this is minus 180 and this is minus
would
30.
be
So
minus 210.
minus 210.
Okay.
And then all the way from here to here,
So minus 330.
minus 330. So these are all the four angles that we can find using the solving method instead of drawing the graph. Okay, because we
Okay.
won't be able to draw the graph again and again to find the solution. But this is
Okay.
the general idea. Now cos x equals to negative 0.4. The range given, the domain given to you is from 0 to 360. So I want you to do this for me. You are going to first of all see where cos x is equal to negative 0.4 in which quadrants. After deciding the quadrants, you're going to find the basic angle and then find the appropriate angles.
Okay. So we have to find the negative ones also, right? Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, please repeat yourself. What were you
Yeah.
saying?
I was saying in this we have to find the negative one also, right?
No, because the domain does not include negative angles,
Oh, okay.
just the positive angles. So where
Okay.
is cos x negative?
It would be in second and third.
Second and the third. So that's going to be our basic angle.
Yeah.
For the basic angle, we always take cos inverse of positive 0.4.
Yeah.
Make sure your calculator is in degree mode.
Okay. It's 66.42.
66.42.
42.
Okay. So that's one of the angles. So the right angle is going to be this, and this the correct answer. So theta
Yeah.
is going to be 180 minus 66.42,
Yeah.
and it's going to be 180 plus 66.42.
113.58.
Come again, 100 and
113.58.
so I'm going to round it up to 113.6 degree.
Okay. And 246.42.
242.62. So that's going to be
246.42.
42. So that's going to be 4. So these are the two angles for the solution, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now solve 10 2a equals to negative 1.8. The working is similar, just the first step is going to be changed. Over here you have twice the angle, but the domain for a was given from 0 to 360. So the first step is that you're going to set the domain first. If a is between 0 and 180 degree, then 2a is going to be twice of 0, that is 0, and twice of 180, that is 360. Now I'm going to solve for 2a and find all the angles between 0 and 360 degree. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to solve for 2a first. So tan of 2a, that's my angle. This is my angle. Tan of 2a is equal to negative 1.8. So where is tan theta negative? In which quadrants?
Second and fourth.
Second and fourth. These are the two angles where tan theta is negative. So
Yeah.
what is going to be the basic angle?
It's 60.94.
60.94. Okay. So 60.94. ठीक है. So 60.94 is the basic angle. So the required answer for this is going to be this and this.
Yeah.
So what is the first angle going to be for 2a?
The first one is 119.06.
119.06. Okay.
And
And the second,
99.06.
360 to minus 6, so 299.06. Is that what you are getting?
Yeah,
Now we are going to pause over here and we are going to check, are these the only two answers within this range? Or there could be any other angle as well?
it'll just be this because it's between 360, right?
Yes. So if it wasn't zero and there would have been some negative value, then we would have done something else. We have brought these angles to, we would have taken the negative angle as well then. But
Okay.
right now these are just the two angles. So if 2a was equal to this, what will a be equal to? A will be equal to 119.06 divided by 2 and 299.06 divided by 2.
Okay.
So the angle A comes out to be
59.53.
uh, sorry, come again. What?
59.53.
59.53. So in one decimal place, it's going to be 59.5 and
149.53.
149.53. So again, 5.
Okay.
Okay. Now try this one. Again, you are going to alter the range first.
Okay.
The domain is going given for A, but you need to alter the domain for 2a minus pi by 3.
Okay. Sir, so the minimum would be minus 5.3, right?
The minimum for 2a minus pi by 3.
For the range.
Yeah, for
Like,
the range, the minimum is going to be minus pi by 3.
I'm confused on how to get the maximum.
For the maximum, you are going to plug in pi in place of a. So that's
Oh,
going to be 2 pi minus pi by 3.
okay.
So 2 pi minus pi by 3 is 5 pi by 3. Right?
Yeah.
So now we are going to solve it. We are going to solve this for this angle.
Okay.
This, now your calculator should be in radian mode. So convert your calculator into radian mode.
Okay. So would it be 0.64 pi and 9/25 pi?
0. Are you telling me the final answer?
Not the final.
Well, the answer to this is A equals 0.845 or 1.77 radians. If you're getting the final answer for A as these two, then your working is right.
Okay. Sir, can you explain this one a bit? Because I'm getting two different answers.
Yes, just give me 1 minute. I'm gonna explain.
Yeah.
All right. So we know that the angle for 2a minus pi over 3 is going to lie between minus pi by 2 and 5 pi by 3.
Yeah.
Just for my simplicity, what I can do is I can replace this as a new variable, let's say b. Okay, so this is b and b is equals to negative pi by 2 and 5 pi by 3. And I'm going to write sine b is equals to 0.6. This, the method remains same. I'm going to hunt for the basic angle first. So sine theta is positive in the first and the second quadrant. If I basic angle, that is going to be sine inverse of 0.6, that is 0.6435
Yeah.
radians. So the first angle is going to be, the first value of b is going to be 0.6435, and the next value is going to be pi minus 0.6435, that is 2.498. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So these are the two angles. Okay, now since we have negative pi by 2 over here, if I were to take negative angle, the negative angle would be even lesser than minus pi by 2. So I'm not going to include that angle. I'm not going to take any negative angle because the minimum negative angle I can have is greater than equal to minus pi by 2,
Yeah.
whereas minus pi by 2 comes over here. I have already crossed negative pi by 2. So these angles, the negative
Oh,
angles won't be accepted over here. So that's the only two answer. Okay.
uh,
Yes, you
yeah.
can check what is 5 pi by 3 in decimal.
Sure. It's 5.23.
Okay, 5.23. Now, will it make any difference if, so do you remember adding 360 or subtracting 360 will give you the same trigonometric ratio?
Sir, can you say the last part again?
Do you remember that when we have angles in degrees, if we have an angle and if we add 360 to it, we are going to get we are going to get a new angle that will have the same trigonometric ratio, because after every 360 degrees the cycle is going to repeat itself.
Oh,
I'm going to
yeah.
have the same trigonometric ratio. Yes, so
Yeah.
adding 360 or subtracting 360 gives you an angle that will have the same trigonometric ratio. So if we have the angles in radian, if we are going to add 2 pi or subtract 2 pi, we are going to get the same trigonometric ratio. I just want to make sure that are there any other possible angles or not. So if in 0.6435 you are going to add 2 pi, I'm getting 6.926. Are you getting the same value?
Sure, I'm confused. Why would you add 2 pi?
Because do you remember 360 degrees is equivalent to 2 pi? I'm just hunting for different possibilities of angles. So
Oh,
I just want to check are there other angles present or not within a domain. So I just want to
okay.
make sure that if I add 2 pi to 0.6435, will I get a value that is going to lie within this range?
No, it's exceeding.
So it's exceeding, right?
Yeah,
So I will not add 2 pi to this value. And if not this, then neither this, because that's going to give me even much higher value. So these are the only two angles for B. If these are the two angles for B, okay, and B was equal to 2a minus pi by 3,
yeah,
2a minus pi by 3. So one value of 2a minus pi by 3 is 0.6435, and the
yeah.
other value of 2a minus pi by 3 is 2.498. I want you to solve this equation and get me the values of a.
Okay. I'm getting 0.845 and 1.772.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
0.845 and 1.77. Okay.
Okay.
Any questions that you want to ask?
No, sir, understood.
Okay. I'm just giving you a practice question for homework.
Okay.
You can do this at your free time. Okay. So these are the two questions I want you to do. Try it out.
Okay.
Okay, you can take a screenshot. Done?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so I'll see you tomorrow, inshallah.
Okay.
Take care.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.